President Jacob Zuma's son, Edward Zuma, has apologized to the ANC for the remarks he made about two NEC members. But the Human Rights Commission is not letting him off the hook as yet. The ANC in KZN has confirmed Edward Zuma's apology for remarks he made about NEC members Pravin Gordhan and Derek Hanekom. The ANC appreciated Zuma respecting and subjecting himself to the political discipline of the party. Zuma said it was never his intention to offend anyone. However, the Human Rights Commission will still take Zuma to the Equality Court for the remarks he made about the institution. Here's how Zuma pleaded for forgiveness, and I quote, "It was never my intention to offend anyone by expressing my view on the current political landscape. I withdraw these words that might have accused this and wish to plead for forgiveness," from the ANC. Meanwhile, here is the Human Rights Commission's case against Zuma. I quote once more, "Open letter constitutes hate speech which contravenes freedom of expression as outlined in Section 16 of the Constitution. Zuma's reaction to the Human Rights Commission statement is a contravention of the Human Rights Act. No person may interfere with, hinder or obstruct the Human Rights Commission, any commissioner or a member of staff," unquote. President Jacob Zuma's son, Edward Zuma, has apologized to the ANC for the remarks he made about two NEC members, but the Human Rights Commission is not letting him off the hook as yet. The ANC in KZN has confirmed Edward Zuma's apology for remarks he made about NEC members Pravin Gordhan and Derek Hanekom. The ANC appreciated Zuma respecting and subjecting himself to the political discipline of the party. Zuma said it was never his intention to offend anyone. However, the Human Rights Commission will still take Zuma to the Equality Court for the remarks he made about the institution. Well, let's get further reaction coming through here and further details as well. For that, we are joined on the phone line by Mdumiseni Ntuli, KZN ANC spokesperson. He joins us on the phone line. Good afternoon to you and thank you for joining us here on ANN7. Is the ANC and KZN satisfied with the apology delivered by Mr. Edward Zuma?
Yes, good afternoon and thank you very much for having us. Yes, definitely we are satisfied that Comrade Edward has acceded to the call of the movement in terms of retracting the offensive part of his statements that were directed at Comrades Pravin Gordhan and Comrade Derek Hanekom. We're excited that he has complied because that means he respects and does subject himself to the political discipline of the African National Congress.
Now, even though he has apologized, the Human Rights Commission will still be taking him to the Equality Court for remarks he made about the institution. What is the ANC's reaction to this?
Well, we believe that because he has accepted the mistake committed by the statement, of course, that should also be one of the initial steps that is going to be useful for him when he engages with the processes determined by the Human Rights Commission. But we're not going to get involved into what happens between him and the Human Rights Commission. We hope that because he has acknowledged the mistake and in his own interaction with the Human Rights Commission at an appropriate time, they will be able to find each other as we were able to do it with him as the African National Congress.
Spokesperson, there's been a few people, or few ANC MPs who have spoken out against the organization, spoken out against President Jacob Zuma. The ANC in KZN has been accused of double standards and treating different individuals or differently. What is your response to these sort of accusations?
You see, people who are accusing us of having a double standard are people who are not loyal to the objective reality. The objective reality is that we have taken a position that anybody from our own province, except those who are serving in the National Executive Committee, who is found to be undermining the spirit and the letter of the ANC National Policy Conference, will have to face the consequences. And we're very consistent on that question. That is why we had to take up the matter of Comrade Edward very clearly and very firmly. And all these other comrades who are ministers or former ministers, by serving National Executive Committee as well, members of the ANC, are a responsibility of the National Office of the ANC. And we believe that as we act as provinces to correct that seems to be a transgression, the National Office will at its own time as well deal with those who are undermining the centrality of the National Executive Committee.
Spokesperson, thank you for your time. We appreciate you talking to us this afternoon. That was Mr. Mdumiseni Ntuli, KZN ANC spokesperson, just giving us further details and clarity with regards to President Jacob Zuma's son, Mr. Edward Zuma, apologizing to the ANC for the remarks he made about two NEC members. But the Human Rights Commission is not letting him off the hook as yet, and they will be taking him to the Equality Court for statements made against the institution. But stay tuned to ANN7 for further details and developments in this regard.